I'm Nicole Klucharich, and in today's Athlete Spotlight video, I'll be talking with men's soccer midfielder Henrique Borlido. Henrique has such an inspiring story as he was injured in the 2023 season, but has found his way back into the starting 11 and making an incredible mark in 2024. He's made some incredible defensive plays in the backfield and has even been named Player of the Game this season. Today, we're going to talk a little bit about Henrique's background and see what he has to offer off the field. All right, Henrique, just to start out, let's find out where your love for the game really began. You grew up in Brazil. Talk about your youth soccer years in Brazil.
So firstly, I would like to explain how is soccer in Brazil. So soccer is deeply rooted in Brazilian culture. It is basically the only and main sport you practice and you love in Brazil. Everyone consumes and everyone loves soccer in Brazil. Is a big thing. So I started playing when I was 5, and since then I always wanted to be a professional player. And when I was 9, I started playing a very good competition, and so when I was 13, I got in one of the main teams in Brazil, so I really lived soccer in Brazil. And I would like to explain a bit how is the soccer scenario in Brazil.
Sure.
And for that, I would like to say Brazil is a very poor country. It's very big, it's rich, but there's a lot of poverty. So this is a shocking data. 90% of Brazilian people live and earns less than $800.
Wow.
This is kind of shocking, isn't it?
Very.
Yes. So what happens is, I would say more than half of Brazilian children, Brazilian teenagers, they want to become a soccer player to change their economic environment, to change their economic reality. And that's everything they got. So since very young, different here than US, and this is something I admire a lot in the US, the healthy competition, the healthy sport environment you create here. There's nothing like here in the world. And this is beautiful, but in Brazil it's very different. The competition is kind of actually savage, you know. It's not a healthy environment at all. Since very young, the players get a lot of pressure from the clubs, from their families, even from themselves, because as I said, their only chance to change this economic reality that they're into. And they have not opportunity to pursue academic careers as well. So they don't have the opportunity to go college, they don't have good education. So the clubs, they create a dynamic and environment that from 16, you have to stop studying. And you live at the club, you study at the club, and your life starts only becoming soccer. And even before that, when you're in a big club, it's very hard to deal with school and club because they're not linked together. They don't help. So when I was 15, I got released from this team, and I still wanted to be a professional footballer, but I saw that in Brazil probably was not where I could be. My uncle lives in Germany, so I went there wishing I could do some trials there. I got in a team, but COVID hit, and I came back to Brazil and kind of stopped playing, gave up for a while. Yeah.
Wow, that's such like an eye-opening and just inspiring story. It seems like you have really just utilized all of your opportunities just for the game of soccer. So I want to talk a little bit about you in preparation. Last year you were injured and you've just prepared so hard physically to come back to where you are now. And when we were talking before this, you were just talking about how you love meditation and visualization. So if you could talk about those two processes and how that impacts your game.
I would say that everything that is happening right now on the pitch for me to be here at Young Harris right now, I actually have to thank meditation, you know. So these 2 years that I didn't play, I got very problems with anxiety. I got very, very anxious with life, not knowing what I would do. And then meditation came as a perfect tool for me to help me be more calm and getting to know what I want, who I am, you know. So meditation has endless benefits. I visualize what I'm doing in the pitch. I visualize how I'm gonna wake up, what I'm gonna do in the day. It helps me to be grateful for things as well, and I'm extremely grateful to train every day and every day I try to practice this gratitude, and this comes from meditation, you know, 100%.
For sure. And are these strategies that you suggest to your teammates and use in other aspects of your life as well?
100%. I mean, I think my teammates, they think I'm a bit crazy, you know, even because of that. But I tell them, guys, you don't know how it would change you and how it would help. 100% for anyone, even outside of sports. Meditation is something that everyone could do it, and it would help every single person in this world, 100%.
Absolutely. And we know what you love to do on the field. So let's talk a little bit about your hobbies and interests off the field. So I know you said that you love reading books, you love to travel. Where are some of your favorite places that you've been?
I've been to a lot of places. Gratefully, my family loves to travel. So one of the main places, I would say Thailand, extremely beautiful place. I've been to South Africa, very beautiful as well. Yes, these two I think are the most special ones. Yes, and the Grand Canyon. I've been in the Grand Canyon here. It was outstanding, something else as well.
You went west, yeah, that's great. And talking about in the classroom, so you're a business major, what are your aspirations in this field, and are there any professors or classes that you've taken that just made a difference here at Young Harris?
So far, like I really like to be in class, to do everything I have to do, to be in the pitch, you know, because here, this is other good thing in US, to keep playing the sport you love, you have to study. And yes, I like to learn with everyone as well, so every teacher, I think I can learn something with them, you know. I had already some very good teachers, and yes.
For sure. And lastly, let's just talk about your next step. I know you're only a sophomore, so you still have a long ways ahead of you, but you had talked about possibly playing professional soccer, whether that's here in the United States, in Europe. Just talk about what your next steps are and your plan after Young Harris.
So I really believe everything in life is a process, and we gotta be connected to the present. Other thing from meditation, you know.
Yes.
Be connected in the present moment. So everything for me is the now. How I prepare myself every day in training, and be grateful to be here, this opportunity. So I want to learn a lot here. I still have to go through a lot of process, but yes, my dream is to be a professional footballer. And I hope, and I really believe that if I pass through every process intensely and learning from it, and having courage in the journey as well, I can definitely live my dream. I really believe it, you know. Yes.
I do too. That's great. Well, thank you so much for doing this Athlete Spotlight video. We are so looking forward to seeing you more on and off the field, and make sure to catch Henrique and the rest of the men's soccer team this Tuesday when they take on Clayton State at 4 p.m.